ladies and gentlemen, of the Neighbor Star League Grand Finals. I'm Wolf. With me is Moonglade. And Maru looking pretty dominant in game number 1. Some very technical micro tricks. Some really solid defensive play. And then aggressive contains.
Just really smart all around. He really did his research for that map and for Dream specifically. Those 2 Hellions out of position at the start just gave him so much momentum going into the mid-game that can contain and stopping that natural from mining for the longest time and just deflecting everything Dream tried to do from then onwards. So really, Maru has obviously done a lot of great preparation for this match.
Yeah, he certainly has. Now, I wonder what we're going to see going into game number 2, because we're going into Overgrowth now. 2-player map, very small map. You know, a lot of scouting potential. We may see a Reaper opening from one or both of these players, in fact, on this map. The map is loading now. Maru with the momentum. Dream looked confident today. Can he tie it up and bring us to a 1-1? Let's find out right now. This is the Neighbor Star League Grand Finals. Let's go into set number 2. Down here in the bottom left, it's Maru for Jinner Green Wings, as that sign just indicated. Spoiler alert, there he is.
And up here in the top right, we do have Dream for SKT1.
Very explosive little graphics coming up to let you guys know who they are.
Just coming out of nowhere, just like making them as they go along. It was like crazy.
There's Silent 2, and oh, a proxy!
Oh, no.
Oh, it wouldn't be Maru if we didn't see in a best of 7 at least one proxy on a 2-player map. I was expecting Sejong for game 7, but...
Yeah, well, it's been a while since we've seen Maru actually do a proxy. It's kind of like his thing from last year, but he hadn't shown many in recent times, but I'm liking what we see so far.
Now, it's going to be Reaper, of course. This is not a 2-barracks proxy.
No. It looks like we are going to see a bit of a later Reaper opening from Dream, I believe. Dream usually is the one usually going Reapers on just about every map in this matchup.
Yeah.
It was a bit of a different sort of story on Merry-Go-Round, but I think for the rest of these games, we should see Reapers from him.
Well, this lines up really well for Maru where he's at in a best of 7 because he comes off of a win. Dream is already staying really focused, like, all right, I got to scout, I got to do a solid game here, I got to tie this up, I don't want to lose the momentum. And, you know, Maru is already just going to jump into his head and mess with him right at the start of game number 2. This is such a great idea. The map lines up well for it as well, because say this was Deadwing, you can't do this on that map. But for Overgrowth, absolutely makes sense.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
Well, the defensive Reaper here for Dream.
Ooh.
Oh, is this going to be Marauders?
Marauders, of course. Of course.
Okay.
The classic. This one's even older. This one's like from Wings of Liberty, man.
He did this versus Innovation, I believe, in that best of 7 for the OSL. Took a win that way. I mean, this is Maru, man. This is how Maru plays best of 7s.
Yeah, well,
this is why I predict him to win.
I like it a lot, man. I think this could do a lot of work, though this Reaper's going to run right into it. But what's the Reaper going to do against the Marauders?
Well, he's going to have to micro like crazy. Okay, he sees it, and the Reaper could take a few shots off the Marauder, then heal, and then continue that process.
Well, look at this. This is the Dream's reaction. He's like, oh, okay, so you're doing the proxy Marauder. I'm going to run to your main base.
You have nothing.
You can't actually kill this Reaper.
Yeah, you have nothing at home.
You cannot catch this Reaper, so damage is guaranteed.
Okay, this is going to be a crazy micro battle between these two because they're going to have to micro their defense and their attacks at the same time. So this Reaper will have to be microed at the same time. This Marauder has to be microed. Defensive units have to be microed and attacking units on 2 sides of the map. This is really going to test the multitasking of these 2 players. When SCV does go down, the bunker's getting closer to being finished, though, and that's going to kind of...
It's going to put a halt on everything. I think Maru just... What does he do from here? He's like, well, I guess I just can't do anything now.
Well, he starts a fact.
He's taking supreme damage, man. This is like crazy. He got a surround though.
He did get a surround.
What? That shouldn't have happened ever.
Nope. And
that saved his life.
He does have he made a second unit as a Reaper here. I don't think he's going to commit too much more with the barracks. He's actually just going to use it for scouting.
Yeah.
And just going to go home.
Wow.
What a funny little opening this has turned out to be.
Well, man, things just keep switching over here. Like, it went from like a massive advantage for Dream, almost a game-winning advantage. That Reaper would have done so much damage to those SCVs before anything came back to defend against it. But he gets it surrounded by SCVs.
And now this Reaper scouts the Banshee play. Scouts the second gas and the starport and the tech lab. So now he just wants to get an eBay, get his Viking out ASAP to shut this down. And we'll see if Dream continues to commit actually to the cloak, because no, instead he decides to make, is that a siege tank on the production tab? Is he making, okay, a Widowmine and a Medevac?
Widowmine and Medevac. Okay, so he's going to go for some drop play. I like this as kind of the follow-up. I mean, what do we see from Maru so far? Maru making a 3rd CC already.
Yeah, double CC.
Insanely greedy. This is not like Maru at all. He's completely off the charts in this game. Just doing crazy builds. He's got that momentum from game 1. He's going to run with it and just, freestyle.
That was such a great scout here, by the way. Tells him so much. Because, okay, the Banshee's not coming yet. It's going to be Widowmines. Saves the Reaper. He can come back in later as well to see if that starport gets actually put on the tech lab, because he saw that was empty and missing, so there's a high chance there will be a follow-up of Banshees, which we do see now. So that's a great Reaper. This Reaper from Maru has given him so much. So much information.
So much information, but how's he going to fare against his drop is the next question. That's 6 Marines and a Widowmine. He's got a Hellion, a Reaper, and a Marauder so far. Viking nearly finished as well. Should be finished by the time this Medevac gets in.
This is going to be really tough to defend, because that Medevac's going to be able to heal until that Viking comes out. Okay, his Viking's going to have to zone this out. Hellion gets some good shots off. He has to bring some SCVs, but that's what the Widowmine's for. Widowmine wants to hit those army units if he can. He targets the Hellion. Does not link. Hits SCVs. 5 go down.
Oh my god, nothing. Absolutely nothing. He hasn't killed any SCVs yet. He finally gets a hit on, well, he didn't get any. He got like lots of red with that Widowmine. Yeah, finally managed to kill some. Well, so, okay, 6 SCVs all up. I don't know if that's worth it considering we see Maru with 3 command centers.
That's tough, man, because now Maru's going to have not only 3 CCs for making those SCVs, but also for the triple mules as well. Like, I mean,
yeah,
he's going to be in a great spot economically.
Well, he's no doubt going to be ahead. Let's have a look right now. Like,
it's already at this point 29 to 24, so he's only 5 down. He's going to make that up pretty quickly.
He's already making like an extra 200 minerals to Dream at this point, and he is down in SCVs. So yeah, the mule's just going to make him fly ahead, and it's just about getting the production up from there and kind of deflecting anything else that Dream has for him. We already see a turret up in the natural as well, so this Banshee's not going to find too much.
Yeah, this is so important, this turret. He also scanned, by the way, to completely confirm this, also sees the 2 CCs that Dream is making back at home. Maru has never for a second been in the dark about what has happened this game. He's been in the know from the beginning, from the start. The Banshee doesn't get a single kill.
Not a single kill. That's kind of unheard of. Even in this kind of situations, even if there's a turret up, usually you do find a way with the Banshees, just like a little sort of angle that you can get a few SCVs. Nothing so far.
Turret and a Viking. And the funny thing about this 2-man blade is it's off of a really greedy 3rd CC, and he's still able to get it away.
He's still deflecting everything. He's deflected everything's Dream thrown at him so far. It really is something else. Maru just playing on a new level, man.
Oh, Widowmine hiding in the corner as well. Peekaboo. What's up?
And he gets even further behind.
This is terrible for Dream. I mean, he has been shut down at every turn. He can't find any openings.
Not this game. No way. And it looks like we are going to see kind of the 1-1-1 from Maru. He's going to go into that Marine tank sort of Medivac style that we did see last game, and just about every other game we see from Maru.
Yeah. Oh, his economy is exploding already. He's already massively ahead in SCVs. He was behind. Now he's up 8.
Yeah.
With faster triple mules, with all that extra mining, he's going to be able to power up more quickly, get a faster, larger army, and then be able to control the map with it, just like before.
He's adding 4 more barracks already. Like, his production's going to be out of control in just a couple of minutes. And it's going to look, I think it's going to look a lot like last game, where we're going to see Maru have just an incredible amount of Marines with an upgrade advantage, and some tanks behind it just dominate. Unless Dream can find a way in very soon. Needs to find damage, needs to find some way to get an advantage back in this game.
Dream is making a 2nd siege tank. And Maru has skipped that for now. He does have another Banshee coming across. There's already a turret, if I'm not mistaken, at the 3rd base, though, so he's got that covered. He's going to try to control his watchtower for a second. It does kill that Hellion. But Dream also has a slightly faster stim. Like, he has a few small advantages he could try to use, but in Terran versus Terran, this window is so small because even if you have stim for 10 seconds for your opponent, are you going to be able to attack into a defensive bunker and siege tank for those 10 seconds and make that work? Probably not.
Probably not. And he also does that +1 range advantage, mind you. That could kind of add up if he keeps upgrading efficiently from here. He's already making that armory. It's a 1/3 of the way done at this point. So if he stays on top of his like attack upgrades, he can kind of get the better end of Marine fights. For some time, at least.
He hasn't moved that CC yet either. It just finished. He just dropped that mule. He's going to move it over now. He's going to take the aggressive stance with the CC, and I like this a lot because he wants to attack. He wants to be aggressive. He wants to have that CC out where he can attack and defend his CC at the same time a lot easier. Whereas because Maru was in a more of a greedy position, it makes a lot more sense for him to take the third CC to the right of his natural. So completely justified. His scan will finish this Banshee off. So no more worries there amongst applause from the crowd. Banshee haters everywhere unite. Stim is done here, but again, what is he going to do with it? He can't do anything with it right now. It doesn't matter that it finishes first.
No, I mean, he has it for sure, but yeah, still, there's no real window of opportunity just yet for Dream. He's still playing catch-up, essentially. He's down 10 supply. Only 10 supply at this point. Not as big as we perhaps thought a couple of minutes ago it would be. Dream has kind of done a lot of damage control. He did get those extra CCs pretty quickly.
I just feel like the extra barracks that Maru has added, he got them up so quickly that we're going to see the supply deficit raise pretty quickly in just a second here. Dream does have a large army moving across the map, and he's always going to be able to use his army on the ground very aggressively because of where he placed his CC. A little scouting marine over here. We're going to have a little battle. 1-1 upgrades done here, so that's going to cause that to get shut down. Makes a difference, and Maru does have now the 2-2. Or excuse me, Dream does have the 2-2. Like you're saying, if he can keep this up and get a pretty big advantage.
Yeah, Maru only just starting his now. He's trying to stay on par. He is for now.
Auto turret harass, surprisingly somewhat effective. See how many kills he can get here. It's like two kills, damaging some units.
Yeah, not bad. We are seeing also a double drop from Dream go to the bottom right here. So maybe looking for a chance in if we do see Maru kind of rotate up the map and try and press that third base. He could actually take a lot of losses here.
Yeah. Let's see how well Maru reacts to this because this is so smart.
Oh,
If Dream gets spotted moving across the map, he's going to take this moment.
Oh,
Scan goes down. Maru is going to go for this attack here. The Watchtower spots this, so he needs to go now. He's got a good siege up here for the defense, too. And he wants to fight under the line of sight blocker.
He's kind of fighting without the tanks there.
Needs to be careful. He really wants to control that Watchtower, but it's not going to happen. Here comes the attack at the third base. Nothing here. A great opportunity here for Dream. Look at this. He doesn't attack until he cuts off the retreat, so he's going to get a lot more SCVs this way. 8 in total, and this is going to pick up and leave.
Wow.
Now Dream is going to now have to defend his natural, it looks like, because Maru is swinging around the right side. The center tower will spot everything, though.
If he gets behind the natural here, he can do a lot of work. We are seeing Dream kind of get in position to try and stop this from happening. But a pretty good setup already for Maru.
Yep, that center tower is in range, so it will fall. It's very expensive and frustrating to lose. Siege tank here. Dream is not want to attack this. Not paying attention. Needs to pull back.
Gonna try and trade anyway.
Yeah.
Just enough.
Just
2
enough.
medivacs, yeah.
He's got the 2-2 advantage for just a second here.
Yeah, Maru might be waiting for that before he tries to press any further on.
Yeah.
We already actually see from Dream as well, like at these natural behind the minerals, he does have 2 tanks set up in case Maru was going to try and go for it.
Dream has had a great defensive setup. I really like how he decided to take this third base, because it also allows him to control this Watchtower, which is also a forward position where he can continue to attack from and spot move outs. He's like all about vision. That's what Dream is really focusing on here. The Watchtower, the center towers, always able to backstab at the right moments. And he's clawed his way back into this game. I mean, they're pretty even at this point.
Yeah, it's really just going to come down to a lot of maneuvering more than anything else. And as you were saying, yeah, he has vision of that Xel'Naga the whole time to guard his third base, and it really does give him that sort of positional advantage. And we are seeing a big stim forward into the natural here.
Oh, he's totally caught Maru off guard here. Maru does have a bunker and a lot of Marines at home, but this is just too much firepower. He's just going to attack. He has a ton of Marines here. And Maru cannot actually fight this. He has to come home. Is he going to target the CC? No, he just wants to fight here and trade.
Oh, he gets a CC, actually.
Oh, he gets it. He gets it, but it's going to cost him a lot. And Maru is going to have a huge counterattack potential here. He needs to use it.
Yeah, Maru definitely has a huge army advantage at this point. We do see every SCV in that natural also went down, 13. So that's like a 20 supply lead with quite a deficit in workers. So clearly, he has quite the Marine count at this point.
This Watchtower is so important right now defensively for Dream. I don't think he's going to be able to hold it, though. Maru does take control. There's no buffer for these siege tanks. He sees the opportunity. He runs in. He's got too many Marines. He's even got some SCVs here at the front. And he's going to totally wipe Dream's army out here. And Dream is going to have to lift this third CC. He needs to lift it yesterday, man. He needs to get that out of here. What is he doing?
Gone. That is absolutely gone. At the same time, though, we are seeing a counterattack from Dream on the third base now. Maru has to keep this alive. He cannot afford to lose another base like this.
Oh boy, does he target it?
Not
he does
yet.
not. He wants to kill the SCVs instead because he knows there's a defensive force here. The medevacs are keeping this army alive. A lot of SCVs are going down here. A ton, in fact, for both sides. This is a crazy back and forth. These games, these guys are going blow for blow here.
It is absolutely insane. But, you know, once again, we did see Dream sack a lot of his army to do that economic damage. And now, Maru might even just go for another counterattack.
He's going to get this center tower for free. And then there's not going to be any more vision this time for Dream. Siege tanks are up here. One on the high ground actually unsieges. Ooh, he takes huge volleys there. And map control, or rather air control, is in Maru's favor. He has this one Viking.
That one Viking.
It makes a huge difference for these siege tanks.
It does. He's going to start moving forward. That scan's going to help out a lot. But he could actually put one behind Mineral Patch, and he is going to go for it. So
this is so smart.
Oh, he's going to stop the mining of the naturals. He's going to cause huge problems for Dream. He's going to have to make a move very soon.
By the way, Dream is going to have +3 for his Marines first, but I don't think he can use it. And in a few moments, Maru is going to have 3-3. So he's going to have a whole armor advantage. He's killing so many Harvesters here. Dream has to make something happen. It looks like he wants to try to go for a flank. That's just too many siege tanks. What's the siege tank count?
The siege tank count?
8-1.
8-0 in just a second as we see Maru pushing in. He has noticed that there's no Marines on the top of the ramp here.
Siege tanks in the back get caught. Those tanks get caught. A huge moment here for Dream. He does catch those siege tanks. And actually, is he going to win this fight? Because Maru does not have 3-3. That's the one thing that almost helped him out, but it's not enough. GG.
Nearly happened, just not enough.
Not enough. I thought maybe he wins that fight, but he was so dead. He lost all of his siege tanks.
Yeah, a little bit of a slip up right at the end there, but still Maru holds on, and he's up 2 games now.
2-0 lead here for Maru. And we were talking about how the leader map seemed to favor Maru a little bit. So this is looking good for him so far here. Dream played a solid game. He looked a lot better, in my opinion, than the first game. Definitely taking some really good moves, some good backstabs. I like the way he took the third base. But what do you think about him trading his whole army for that CC? Was that worth it?
That was the beginning of the end, I think. I think that was simply too much of a committal. Maybe he thought he could get out with them, and then he finally ran into the rest of Maru's forces, and everything got wiped out from there. Maru had that massive window of opportunity to deal with the third base of Dream, and then even push the issue again because Dream once again committed to harassing that third base with the double drop.
Yeah. And you eventually lose your whole army. It doesn't matter if your opponent has economy or not because he's going to kill you. He will just kill you. Even if he had won that Marine fight, in the end, he just didn't have a follow-up. He would have been basically dead. Now, Sojung is here, of course, to translate our coach interview. We actually have both coaches of the teams talking about their players here. Really curious to see what Uwe is going to say on Dream's behalf because he's down 0-2 now. Looks like the coach interview may be delayed for just a moment as these coaches actually physically talk to the players for just one moment. Okay, here we go. Sojung's here to translate.
Hi, so I'm here with Hyungang for the coach interview, and I have here Jinner's head coach and SK Telecom Team's head coach.
차주영 감독님 안녕하세요. 네, 죄송합니다. 차주영 감독님 안녕하세요.
네, 안녕하세요.
네, 최은성 감독님.
And we have Uwe and Jinner's style. I think that's his ID for Twitter handle.
차주영 감독님과 얘기 나눠보도록 하겠습니다.
Talking to Jinner's head coach first.
경기 1, 2세트 어떻게 보셨어요?
아주 재밌게 보고 있어요.
I'm having fun right now watching it.
잘 아기가 맞아 떨어져.
The timing was just perfect.
즐겁게 보고 있습니다.
So I'm having fun right now. I'm enjoying it.
조성주 선수가 준비한 대로 잘 풀어나가고 있다고
Hyungang is
말씀하셨는데
asking
지금 이 기세를 이어나가서
if Maru will be able to win the rest of the sets,
가장 필요한 한 가지는 뭐가
He's on a
있을까요?
momentum, and she's asking what he needs to win.
사실 준비는 완벽히 됐는데.
Well, Maru's preparation is just perfect, but I think he's a little bit nervous at the moment. So, I want Maru to be brave, to be more confident, then you'll be able to win this league. Uwe kind of looking frustrated at the moment.
조성주 선수가 이 스타리그 우승에 대한 그 집념이 누구보다 강할
Everyone knows that Maru just wants to win this league, today, and of all the people, head coach must know.
성주가 진에어에 와서
After Maru came to Jinner Green Wings, I think this is the most, he practiced the most ever since he made it to Jinner Green Wings. I think
준비도 정말 많이 했고.
he prepared really well, and I think that's Maru's little sister. And back to Jinner,
얘가 도끼를 품었구나.
Maru just wants to win,
그러면 조성주 선수가 만약에 정말 챔피언이 된다면 감독님께서 조성주 선수에게 뭐 해주고 싶은 거 있으신가요?
She's asking what he would do for Maru if he wins today.
아니요, 뭐 제가 딱히.
There's nothing I'll be able to do for him if he wins, even if he wins. But SportsTV Games will be giving him his champion ring, this championship trophy.
He was like, I didn't sponsor the league. I don't know. Don't ask me.
성주요?
네.
아니요, 성주가.
He's like, I'll look the prize up on Naver.
네. 알겠습니다. 그러면 지금 긴장하고 있을 조성주 선수에게
Let's see what he's got to say for
Maru.
Maru, who's really nervous.
아직 경기 끝난 거 아니고
You know, it's not
설레발
over.
칠 단계도 아니고
You know,
그리고 경기 끝날 때까지 끝난 게 아니기
and
때문에
it's not over till it's over.
끝까지 방심하지 않고
So don't let go of yourself until the very end.
꽉 잡고
You know,
끝까지
hold
최선을
on to yourself.
네, 알겠습니다. 네, 안녕하세요.
And now we're gonna be talking to Uv.
비록 조중혁 선수가
was kind of flustered.
내주긴 했지만
You know, Dream is down 0-2, but this can be the start.
조중혁 선수가 역전의 주인공으로
You know, he had that sweep
그 부분에
coming up to the finals
감독님이 또 조중혁
against
선수를
Life.
믿는 부분이 있을 것 같아요.
And I think
어떠세요?
Uv trusts in Dream. He must be. And Uv says, you know, Dream didn't play that bad for the first and the second set, but he did kind of went over the line a little bit. But you know, he thinks that what if you've done a little bit cleanly? And there's more sets to come. You can do it. It's enough for you. You know, a few bolts are missing for Dream. But I don't think he's nervous at all. So I think this will be a really important match, important set for Dream. This will be his momentum to go up. What if he wins? I think Maru will be kind of, you know,
네.
threatened, you know. Dream will be able to take away his
그리고 또
Maru's
최원성
momentum.
감독님이 테란의 한 시대를
You know, Uv is one of the most famous Terrans back from Brew War. And he says the third set is the most important for Dream right now. So, and you know, Dream must be nervous because this is his first time coming into the finals. And let's see what he needs from Uv. Well, this is what I've always heard from my head coach when I was a player. I think this is a perfect word. Just be confident, have confidence. I think that's the key. Just concentrate a little bit more. That's gonna all work all well for you.
최원성 감독님도 마찬가지로 조중혁 선수가 우승을 하게 된다면
Let's see what he's gonna do for Dream if Dream wins. If Dream wins, I'll send him to the ace match for Pro League.
That sounds like a sick reward.
That sounds just sick. But anyways, let's see what he's got to say for the nervous Dream. Well, he's not gonna be able to hear this, but I hope you you just cheer up. You know, you can be the ace for SK Telecom T1. I want you to be one. And this was Uv Engineer Style and Hyungyang and Sojang.
네, 지금까지 조성주 선수와 조중혁 선수의 양쪽 감독님들 만나봤습니다.
Well, so far, the momentum is in Maru's favor. Even the generic coach, you heard the words he said was, "This isn't over yet," but his face said, "This is over." Like, you could see that in his face, he expects Maru is going to close this series out very soon. And you can see the exact opposite on Uv's face, almost as if he didn't even want to speak right now. That's how stressed he is. You know what finals this reminds me of? I don't know if you remember this finals, but this reminds me of MVP versus OGS Top. Like a Terran versus Terra's final where Top comes out of nowhere, makes it to the finals. He's always been a pretty good OGS player, but wow, this is his finals, this is his moment. But the problem is he's up against MVP, one of the best Terrans. It was like his 4th GSL title he's going for.
Right.
This is like the similar sort of situation here, and Dream was confident going into